What's up, gamers? Welcome to Gamer Rant. My name's Kevin. In today's episode, we are doing a video at midnight. We're talking about Palworld, ladies and gentlemen. Palworld down 1.3 million players in Steam's biggest ever 2-week drop. Palworld loses over 1.3 million concurrent players since launch on Steam, making it the biggest 2-week drop off on the Valve platform. You could probably figure out why that absolutely means absolute dick in any rational gaming brain. But let's move on. In fact, this is a trend that we can see. Palworld lost 70% of its players since launch, the biggest 2-week drop in Steam history. I wonder why. It can't be because it's like a single-player game or that it's in early access. What the fuck is common sense and logic? That is Speckles back there, probably gonna knock shit down. Thank you, you four-legged kitty. She already broke one of my figures. That was entertaining within of itself, as in not entertaining. But it's the nature of having a cat. Anyway, and valuables. Moving on, shall we? And then, of course, Palworld has lost 2/3 of its players in 2 weeks. Here it is right here. Cat distracted me, okay? We're going with it. Now, ironically, let's check out what the old Steam charts say. Let me actually show you what I'm talking about, instead of start yappering and not show you jack shit, and you're just looking at my ugly mug. Like, what is he looking at? This is what I would be looking at. There you go. We have 359,000 concurrent players 5 minutes ago. Last 24-hour peak was 500,000, a little over 500,000. And there's, you know, the all-time peak. Now, ironically, the community manager at Pocket Pair actually decided to talk about, you know, these lovely little articles that keep popping up. I'm not gonna like read this entire thing word for word, but we're gonna get the highlights. Okay, with Palworld quickly approaching the 1-month mark, it's interesting to look back at my own thoughts for the launch. This emerging Palworld has lost X% of its player base. Discourse is fucking lazy. He doesn't say the F word, but I'm going to say the F word. Why? Because I was in the Navy, so cussing like a sailor is my thing. Alright, now, let's move on. But it's probably also a good time to step in and reassure those of you capable of reading past a headline that it is fine to take breaks from games. You don't need to feel bad about that. Palworld, like many games, content on a weekly basis. New content will come and it's going to be awesome, but these things take a little bit more time because the game's also in early access. You think these journalists would have, you know, shoved that little piece of information in their brain before they pulled bullshit out of their ass, but you know, some people use their ass, not their brain. This is the world we live in. All right, if you don't believe me, go hang out on Twitter for a while and you'll come to that rationalization. Or realization. Either or, all right? There are so many amazing games out there to play. You don't need to feel guilty about hopping from game to game. If you are still playing Palworld, we love you. If you're no longer playing Palworld, we still love you. And we hope you'll come back for round 2 when you're ready. Play lots of games, try different games, and frequently flick through indie libraries to find more hidden gems. Here. Say hello. Okay. Now, she's going to be a cat, so don't want to hold her too long. Anyway, obviously, this is just objectively clickbait fucking bullshit. Like, I noticed this, you know, 2-3 days ago, and I was like, I thought about making a video about it, but now that the actual company has responded, or somebody that works in the company, I was like, now that is video worthy. Because this is objectively lazy, and all the other ones that we could find spitting the same bullshit. But this is game journalist, especially for sites that aren't video game oriented, but they occasionally talk about video games. You know, like Forbes. Clickbait is clickbait at the end of the day, right? I guess so. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form. And remember, gamers, if you're not voicing your thoughts and concerns about the bullshit in gaming, loot boxes, microtransactions, active DRM, and, well, dumbass game journalist or journalism itself that somehow thinks that bullshit crap is somehow, you know, newsworthy, but it's just a single player game in early access, so let's not, you know, let's use the thing in our noggin, you know. For journalists who aren't aware of this, this is your shoulders, all right? What I'm talking about is between your shoulders and on top of your neck. All right? What you should not be using is the thing you shit out of, which seems like most of you are doing. Anyway, you just might be a part of the motherfucking problem. I'll see you in the next video, literally or metaphorically.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.